Yeah, man! Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you seasoned steam callaloo. You're gonna need several bunches of callaloo, a stack of scallion or two, 3 garlic cloves, quarter cut piece sweet pepper or paprika, spring of thyme, an onion. I said the garlic already. A teaspoon of salt, basil, a teaspoon between a tablespoon of basil and a teaspoon between a tablespoon of parsley, a teaspoon of salt, I use sea salt, and quarter cut piece Scotch bonnet pepper. Visit JamaicanDinners.com for the recipe. Scallion. Cut off root end and the tip of the leaf that's dying. Remove dying leaves by just ripping it off. That's the springtime. Now, peel garlic, cut off ends, trim spoilage. Cut off quarter piece sweet pepper. Remove seeds, trim the stem part off. The onion now. I like to cut the onion in half, it's easier to handle. Remove the brown leaf. First layer of the onion is the strongest. Only throw it away if it is spoiling. Get a bowl, add enough water, drizzle several drops of distilled vinegar in the water, rinse your prepared seasonings. Wash the sweet pepper properly, or the paprika. Wash the scallion's leaf as well. The cut onion need not wash, nor the garlic. Oh, I forgot. Wash the thyme too as well. Sometimes the thyme mildews, so you gotta wash it to make sure that it's not mildewing. Give your vegetables a final rinse. It's best if you do this part under fresh running water. Now dice scallion fine. Keep ingredients separate. Slice onion. What I'm doing is just gathering all my ingredients. Dice or slice sweet pepper. And the sweet pepper is optional. It's just that using sweet pepper with callaloo, it kind of enhances the flavor. Grind garlic to puree. Measure and add teaspoon dried parsley and a teaspoon of dried basil. Herbs are optional. Measure and put aside quarter teaspoon of dried pimento berries. Measure and add a teaspoon of salt. I use sea salt. This is your vegetables, seasonings. Cover it and put it aside for later. This is the callaloo. This is one bunch of callaloo. It has about 5 to 6 stems of callaloo. Now we're going to prepare and wash our callaloo. The callaloo is good for your blood. If you're healthy, you don't need to eat it a lot. But if you're not so healthy, you can eat like twice a week. Do what I'm doing. Look at the top of the callaloo. You'll see some seeds, a bunch of seeds. Cut off seeds. Well, most of the time the farmers cut off the seeds and save it for the next time they're going to plant callaloo. Do what I'm doing. Use a trimming knife and cut less than 1/16 of an inch in the side of the callaloo and kind of trim off. It's like you're stripping the callaloo in a sense. So go right around the callaloo stem and strip it. If you use a knife, cutting it like 1/16 of an inch, hold the knife and then peel off the skin of the callaloo. Your main objective is to get off as much as you can. Go in the middle part and strip it off too as well. And sometimes I kind of cut off most of the stem part so you can have more callaloo to eat. So do what I'm doing and strip each stem of callaloo. Go through patiently. And while you're doing that, look for bad leaves. Like any of the leaf that's bad, just tear that off and throw it away. And the farmers sometimes wash off worms, like caterpillar worm. You just look if you see any of those on it too as well and take it off. Alright, so that's the idea. That's what you want. Now we're going to shred the callaloo. No, before shredding, we're going to wash the callaloo. Add the callaloo to a big enough bowl or container. Add enough water to cover the callaloo. You can add salt, about 2 tablespoons of salt to the callaloo, or you can use white distilled vinegar. So drizzle several drops. I'm using the white distilled vinegar today. So drizzle several drops of distilled white vinegar in the water. Do what I'm doing and kind of press gently the callaloo in the water As you can see, this callaloo is clean. The farmer probably washed it. I actually bought this in the market. And what the market people do, they kind of spray water over it throughout the day while they're selling it to keep it fresh. Throw this water off, give it a final rinse. After that, put your callaloo in a colander, allow it to drain, removing excess water. Now we're going to shred callaloo. What I like to do is take a stem, cut the stem in half. That way it's easier to hold. So do what I'm doing. Shred callaloo. You don't want to shred it fine. You just want to shred it about medium size. Like this. That's like 1/2 inch. Go through carefully, cautiously. Shred callaloo, medium size. Sometimes if the stem of the callaloo is too big, cut like in between. You can cut it in half. That way it won't take as long to cook. Keep your fingers clear from the knife. You don't want to serve fingernails or finger in the callaloo. The callaloo already have enough protein. You don't need no additional protein. And the callaloo is iron too as well, so you don't need no more iron in it. So try not to cut yourself. Callaloo is a good blood purifier. It purifies the blood. But just like anything else, you don't want to eat too much iron. You don't want to have too much iron in your body. Alright, so that's that, especially for men. Women need iron, but men, you don't need that much. You don't need iron more than what you have. Alright, that's the idea. Put your shredded callaloo aside for later. Next, put to heat a big enough saucepan. Put the stove gauge on 4, medium low for now. Allow the saucepan to dry. This saucepan is dry. If it's dry, add oil. Add 2 between 4 tablespoons of cooking oil. I'm using coconut oil. You can use olive oil. Alright, allow oil to get hot. You don't want to have too much vitamin A in your body too as well. I think it lowers pressure, like your blood pressure, and you don't want your blood pressure to be low as well. After a minute, about 40 seconds between a minute, and you feel a little steam, add chopped onions. Stir it in a few times, allow it to saute. Like me now, I don't use lotion on my skin, I use olive oil. And my blood pressure is not low, but it's like right there. So I have to be mindful that the olive oil, vitamin A. After a minute, add your diced scallion. Stir it in, allow to saute. You can give the seasonings a nice little golden color around the edges. Adding additional flavors not in a bottle. Alright, allow it to saute. 20 seconds later, add mashed garlic. Stir it in, allow to saute. The point is, back to my argument, the point is you don't want to have too much vitamin A in your system, nor too much of anything. Alright, at this spring of time, now would be a good time to turn the stove's gauge on to low, just below low. Right after that, add your shredded callaloo. Add the herbs, salt and pepper on top. Don't stir it yet. Use the pan's lid, cover the pan properly, allow. Stove's gauge is on 2, allow. This is 2 on my stove, so you know. So you have an idea where the gauge is. Alright, this is the Steam Callaloo. Keep the lid on. It's building steam. It's building its own water. Keep the lid on within the time. It's building steam. Don't open it. After 3 minutes, this is what it looks like. Just give your callaloo stew a stir. You see how the pot's bottom is dry, no gravy, nothing is in it whatsoever. Add a tablespoon of distilled white vinegar for tanginess. It's optional, you don't have to add it. Stir that in, watch the pepper, keep the pepper on top. Alright, use the pan's lid, cover it. Stove's gauge is on 2, allow. Oh no, but before that, add your diced sweet pepper, cover it and allow. A full 7 between 8 minutes in total. This is what it looks like. Stir it in. Look how it's steaming. Now would be a good time to remove the thyme stick and the pepper. That's it. Finish. Turn the stove off. You can take a piece of your cut stem and chew it to see how tenderized it is. It's just fine for me. Use the pan's lid, cover it until serving. Before serving, stir your pot in. See how it's dry? No liquid whatsoever. So that's why I'm calling it dry. Seasoned Steam Callaloo. I like eating it like this with bananas and dumpling and yam, sweet potato, stuff like that. This is callaloo stew. Some people might call it steamed callaloo. Visit JamaicanDinners.com for the recipe. Subscribe, like, share. You should try cooking this callaloo stew yourself. Give us feedback when you do. This is callaloo stew. Visit JamaicanDinners.com for the recipe. Subscribe, like, share. Callaloo stew is delicious with bread alone. You can make a nice sandwich between 2 slices of bread. Today I'm eating it with rice, only because it's available. I really wanted bread. I wish I had bread because I would have ate this with bread. It's delicious. This flavorful. It's healthy. The herbs, to me, enhances the flavor. as for the flavor, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. But to me, it's near to spinach. It kind of have that same greenish flavor like spinach. You know, it almost tastes like spinach. It does, you know. Some years back, I was growing spinach. I had a spinach tree outside. Every now and again, I'll just pick off a leaf and eat it raw. Alright guys, so you see me ate this little much of callaloo. Alright guys, so you saw me eat. Until next time, bye.
Yeah man!